I don't want to finish this talk without actually speculating on the possibilities of virtualization that probably in somewhat are very obvious for people who know this, who are aware of this, who have some plans for this technology, but mostly I think that this is something that has to be communicated. I believe that JSLinux as a project has shown us that virtualization, a different kind of virtualization for the web, not the one that happens on the server side in a cloud, but the one that will happen on the client side, is quite viable. One of the possibilities how, without really changing or reconsidering existing HTML standards, one can come up with some kind of object with psimulator type, and one can parameterize the booting process using the files, the binary files. This is kind of example draft version, but it's probably as far as it's applied and developed, it will be going with some video screen attached to it. It will be probably will be HTML5 element, canvas element, which allows 3D and 2D high-speed video programming and highly performed computation for the web, which is pretty unprecedented. So what this could possibly give? Normally, independently from JSLinux, one could come up with some browser plugin for Firefox or for Chrome, for Google Chrome, and such a plugin will allow booting virtual PCs in a web browser on a page that could end up with such a possibility that almost any modern website will have a running Linux in the background. This could also end up with such a possibility, and this is only due to possible achievements into virtualization technologies, which are actually that virtualized code can run with a minimalistic overhead, almost or even more optimal than normal software does. And there is a lot of research in this direction. I don't want to talk about it. Probably it will mean that one day you can go to a website and start a Photoshop running really slow on any decent office PC nowadays, and probably it will end up that this Photoshop will outperform the one that is running on your computer already installed on your computer. Not because of the performance of CPU, but modern computers, but because mainly due to achievements in virtualization. So this client-side virtualization could be an important part of the modern web. So if you're watching this video, if you're some kind of CTO or CEO and you have some money to invest, think about it. Contact Fabrice, support the initiative, and I think that we can witness something spectacular coming out of this. And what I want to say that the applicational part of JSLinux is of course pretty obvious in this scenario. It is that JSLinux will be used as a fallback, as a bridge between the high-performance client-side virtualization plugin and the normal standard web browser, modern web browser, which runs on the assembly language of the web on JavaScript. So, and finally, some conclusions. Important conclusions. Probably it was not worth to watch all the all the video and to listen to my talking. Without this point, the statement I'm trying to make here is that modifying JSLinux is, in fact, what I was able to figure out, is much easier than it seems. It took me like 3 days to read and study the stuff, to analyze and to come up with idea, to thinking through whether it's possible, whether it's not possible, and to play with the embedded part of the Linux and so on. And it took me something like 1 evening to code the modem device, and another evening to debug some small issue with data and command mode in a register. So probably this was quite an impressive experience for me, because it's a great piece of technology which is available for customization. It would be quite important to create a community and some public interests around this among the developers. Already, if you are interested, please consider contacting this group on this mail list. It's another important thing is that, well, the conclusion, it's not really the conclusion, it's basically a summary of all that speculation talking I did, is basically indeed JSLinux could be the bridge. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time.